everybody. This is take 2 of my Reader's Workshop lesson from yesterday. I am so sorry something happened. It stopped at 5 minutes and it was supposed to be a 9-minute video. So I don't know what happened. So I'm going to try it again and we're going to redo it today and do something similar. You're going to extend on your writing from yesterday. So we'll go with it. That's what we do, right? Let me remind you, for those of you who didn't get a chance to even view it, that we have been working on historical fiction stories, historical fiction read alouds, and we have been reading Number of the Stars. You have done awesome work digging deeper and thinking stronger about even your own historical fiction books. I did bring home the lovely chart you have. The blue was possible themes as you were marking evidence in your book, as we have done as well. And we have done that together numerous times and even ordered and ranked evidence of theme in our Number of the Stars stories. In fact, I have been kind of gathering all the different themes that I feel like we've come up with and added the post-its that we've pulled from the pages. So feel free to get a little notebook set up at home for yourself so that you can kind of keep track of the ideas you're having in your own stories, please. So what I thought we should do going forward today is maybe backtrack a little bit. There's certainly a ton more that we can do. And I'm kind of zooming in on this anchor chart piece right here, fitting the pieces together. Because what I want to do is today, I want you to recognize why sometimes a passage might stand out at you. Recognize why maybe it's important, how it connects to the other pieces of the text. So I want to go through a chart and then practice it with you and show you what I mean. One time that I sometimes realize a clue is really worth pondering is to notice if an image or a word is repeated often. Sometimes it could be a symbol, and we've really discussed that even since the first unit in Tiger Rising. There were multiple symbols. Sometimes, too, there's like a surprising part, and it's like, why is that happening? I think the author did it for a reason, and sometimes you don't know right away. And then other times, and I'm going to focus in on this actually in just a couple minutes, is that notice if a new insight dawns on a character. So I'd like to show you how I'm going to do that before I have you try that. And I am going to ask you to notice when this character, Anne Marie, and I think you'll remember this part from Number of the Stars. I want you to notice, where are we here? There we are. I want you to notice what she notices or what dawns on her in this passage. Anne Marie was almost asleep when there was a light knock on the bedroom door. Candlelight appeared as the door opened and her mother stepped in. Are you asleep, Anne Marie? No, why? Is something wrong? Nothing's wrong, but I'd like you to get up and come out in the living room. Peter's here, Papa, and I want to talk to you. Anne Marie jumped out of bed and Christy grunted in her sleep. Peter! She hadn't seen him in a long time. There was something frightening about him being here at night. Now, she used the word frightening here, and I realized that she's actually, something's dawning on her here. She's realizing that it's very peculiar that Peter would be visiting at night, that late at night. Now, it does take me back to the fact that we already had to do some research about what's going on in her world during this time. We know there's soldiers on her street, and they have a lot of rules that they don't like. And so I'm pretty sure at this point she's realizing, because she uses the word frightening, it like pops out at me. The word frightening here makes me realize she is thinking to herself, something maybe could be wrong. He's visiting at night. So it makes me realize, and that we see that going forward, it makes me realize that probably something might be happening soon, as we do know a little while later in our story it is. So what I want to do is read one more part with you. And I want you to think to yourself as I read this part, What pops out at you? Maybe it's something dawns on a character. Maybe it's a surprising part. Jack Fowler. Maybe it's a surprising part. And maybe it's an image or a symbol. So it's this part right here. But why is the button shop shut down? Mrs. Hirsch is such a nice lady. Even Samuel, I know that the son is a dope, but he would never harm anyone. Then Anna Marie thought of something else. If they can't sell their buttons, how will they earn a living? Friends will take care of them, Mama said gently. That's what friends do. We've talked about this part before. We've talked about how friends will take care of them, Mama said gently. That's what friends do. How that part specifically almost pops out at us. It's maybe, I guess we could say surprising, but we realized later, especially after we even posted that part, it becomes actually an evidence of theme that we together even developed for this story. So I realized that this particular part ends up coming up numerous times because so far, Anne Marie's whole family is helping Ellen's whole family. And we are kind of up to the part where Anne Marie's mother takes them all, including Ellen, to her brother, Uncle Hendrik's house. And we're thinking it's probably for safety purposes. So soon I will continue that read aloud, but I wanted you to see how when certain parts stick out in your mind, I want you to ask yourself why. I will tell you and show you that there is a part that a child worked on to kind of show you how they wrote longer and stronger on it. I hope you can see this right now. It says, I think that this part represents how Anne Marie was so protective of the Jewish, that she is Jewish because Anne Marie printed the Star of David on her hand and was really brave to stand up for Ellen. Now it goes on, but this part is obviously the part this person's writing about is when Anne Marie pulled Ellen's necklace off and really in the nick of time before the soldier walked in that represented the fact that she was Jewish. And in fact, she held it so tight and securely in her hand that it got imprinted there. I want you, just like I asked you to do yesterday, if you did it, I want you to ask yourself if you got a chance to look at the part to whole section that I included. Maybe discuss what part you think it is. And then I want you to write a little bit longer about why you think that part is important. And today, especially, I need you to pull up the thought prompts because some of you who did answer maybe just told me about the part, but you didn't tell me why you thought it was even important. Maybe you don't know yet, but maybe you can suggest why. You wrote it there for a reason, right? Why? And if you're having trouble doing so, pull up these thought prompts and try to help you write longer and stronger on it. All right. And submit it because as you maybe saw, I'm trying to pull them up and give you responses back. This is how it might be fun. We can go back and forth and really have a conversation to grow our deeper ideas about the books we read. So I can't wait to read those and happy reading.